Hi everyone, I've been doing a bit of scrap busting, inspired by the videos that Jamie's been doing over the last couple of weeks, and I thought I'd do a video today and share this with you because Jamie has just been so busy trying to get into this new job she's doing and try and do the group. It's really been a stressful few weeks, so I thought if I show you this it might give you some ideas to do until Jamie has time to do another video. Now this is all scrap. Everything in here is scrap. There's nothing new. It's all bits that I had hanging around or bits from doing Jamie's videos. Okay, now this is a envelope folio. Okay, an envelope flippy folio. Even these bits of sari silk were left over from another project that I was doing. The new bits are I did use 2 new grommets. So you've got the front, there's a pocket here, and the way I've stuck it on the front, so this will come out. How I've stuck it on the front left another pocket at the back, but I'll show you more in more detail in a moment. Just pop it back on there. Inside you've got 2 flaps. Okay, another pocket here, 2 flaps, and another pocket in the middle here, and then on the back another pocket. Okay, that's the basic structure. What you need is you need 2 envelopes. Now I used mailers, you know, the things that you aren't, you know, going to return the envelope, or, you know, when they send you, can you send me money envelopes, you stash them all up. But these are new ones, but I'm using new ones just to show you because it's a little bit easier on the light to show you. When you're going to make one of these, you literally take them and you tuck one inside the other like this, but you have to leave a little bit of a gap if you're going to be putting the booklet in the middle. Okay, you would score down here once you've glued, because here and at the bottom here are where you're going to put your grommets. I'm hoping you can see that clearly. Yeah, you can. So that's where you're going to put your grommets to put your elastic through, because this is a Maduri style. Okay, so don't go butting these right in close. Make sure you've got a good gap here so you can put your grommets in for your elastic. Now on the back, normally you would cut all this off. Now mine's a bit of a different shape to that one. Where are we? Can see it's like a normal envelope shape. It doesn't really matter what shape it is. Don't cut it off like you would normally do. Keep it on, just glue here and glue here, and that gives you your packed pocket. So you've got an extra pocket in the back there. Okay, now to do the flips you use your DL shape. That's what you cut your flips from. So I measured it. And I thought, right, well, I want this one this deep and this one this deep. Obviously, this is a bigger envelope, so they're going to be bigger pockets. And there's a little bit will be cut off at the bottom. And I did that twice. The 2 envelopes that I had, because you need 2 to do this, this side was a little bit thinner than the other side. But it doesn't matter. It's all about using junk. Okay? So all you do is cut them off. Now, what I've got here is a couple of bits that were left over. So you can see what you land up with. When you get to this stage, before you're gluing on, you will cut down here. I'm just going to bend it so you can see where you're going to cut it off. Okay, that bit there is you'll go tab to stick it on. You're going to stick it on with that. So this gets cut off with my scissors like this, and you just shape it like you would sticking a pocket or something like that on. Okay, and that will stick on to your envelope like this. So that's your flap. If you stick it on the back, then you're going to be able to see your joins, and you want to be able to see the pretty paper that you decide you're going to put on it. So that's how that mechanism works. You glue it that way. Okay, now to cover all these, you undo the glue. Just find my, it just disappeared. Yep. I use about this little thin bone folder thing to do mine, and you just get up underneath and you just squiggle it a bit, and it'll eventually you can feel the glue breaking. I'm upside down on here, that's why. And once the glue starts to break, you can just pull it. And we've probably all opened envelopes at some stage, haven't we, to make things with. Just work it around until it comes out. And obviously these are more expensive envelopes, so these are harder to open than a mailer. Okay, so once you've got this bit, that's not going to show up very well on a cream envelope, is it? Once you've got this shape, you would then stick this on. Don't stick your tabby on, because it'll be a bit too thick, because you're going to be covering that. You'll put this on the back of your printed paper. Don't do what I did when I had a phone call and I stuck it on the front. So, you know, I would have had the pattern paper covered up, and, you know, the rest of it would have been a lovely colour. So stick that down, go around it, and then once you've covered it, you literally just glue it back together again. As simple as that. You just glue it back together, and that's your pocket. And of course, where you've cut, you will need to put a little bead of glue just down inside here. Okay? And that'll be your flips. Now, to get this little bit in here covered, use tiny, tiny bits of scrap. That's all you need, is a little bit of scrap that big to just tuck in, and it'll cover it. Really easy. It doesn't have to be perfection. That's just your mechanism. It really depends on the, I mean, obviously, if I was using these envelopes, I would leave it. I wouldn't put anything inside here, because the cream is a nice colour, you know, you can live with that. But some of the envelopes have got that horrible grey inside, haven't they? You don't really want to see. So just a tiny bit of card in there, and that's your flips done. Okay. Now, what I then did was I made another masterboard. That one. Hoping you can see that okay. Yep. This is just all sorts, from all sorts of different kits that I've had. You know, I just wanted to get the colours right, because although this is a mixture of Golden Hues, which is the autumn kit from Zern, and Steampunk, which is the Creators Club kit. So I've kind of combined the two doing this, because it scraps. It doesn't matter what kit you use. Combine them. You know, you could be using something from Easter, because the colours just fit what you've got and what you're actually making it from. It doesn't matter. So I've just put all sorts in here. This here is part of a, you know the bubble wrap bags, and you take the backing off and, you know, throw the bubble wrap away. That's what this is. This here is Amazon envelopes. You know, when you get your big envelopes that you have your goodies in. I think that's all that's on there. Yeah, this is some dyed paper that I had at some stage. And then all these tiny little squares are Zern's Scrabble that we're doing at the moment, the Scrabble challenge, which ends today. And that's what I did. And from that, now I printed mine purely and simply so that I could show you the main collage. But I then printed mine and cut it up to make the journaling cards and the tags for my pockets. Okay, so let's come back in here and we'll look at it properly. Okay, now you know where we're going. So, okay, let's start at the front. That might be a good idea. Now, I had lots and lots of bits of ephemera left over from doing the Steampunk kit, and I've used all them, and I've used Jamie's frames, and I've added them in. The words in here are words that I typed up on Word on the computer, just to add to what I already had. I'd already done that before Emma made words to go with the Steampunk kit, but I've used those throughout this too. Now, you will see my clusters look different from Jamie's. Now, the reason is because I did a lot of fabric clusters. I did some stuff for Melissa, who's been on the craft channels, and she had kits, and I used to make them up, you know, do DT for her. And the way to do a fabric clusters was that you take your bits together and then you stick a staple in it, and then you stick your picture over the top, be it a stamp, be it a picture, you know, whatever. In fact, I've got some stamps just here. You know, you just pick something up and that goes over the top at the front, and that would be your cluster. Okay, Jamie did it totally different. She glued all her layers down. I leave mine more raggedy. I don't glue all the layers down. It's a little bit different, but I still used the same principles. I still got all the packaging out. In fact, here's some left here in a bag, and I scrunched it up and I put vintage photo over it. You can see there's all sorts here, and it's the other. This was a gift that I got at one stage in the post, and I scrunched it all up. You won't be able to see the vintage photo very well in this light, but I you know, I inked over these. This is a bit of deli wrapper. There's bits of brown paper in here. That's the brown paper. You know, there's all sorts of anything that would fit in. In fact, I think one of these you could actually see the edge. Well, yeah, you can see the edge on that to show that is a brown paper bag. You know, well, that's the Amazon bag. And then literally you just take 4 or 5 pieces together and get them together. Let's have a see if we can find bits that are going to go in there. We want another bit. I often have to trim bits down to make them fit, don't you? Let's have a look what other colours we've got in here. Here we go. That's a colour. Let's just trim it down a bit. I like to rip mine. I just like the look of it when you rip the paper up. It gives a lovely, lovely look and a feel to it. And then I just get my trusty little stapler and I just staple it like this. And that's how I get do my clusters. So they are different, but it's still cluster making. Jamie spent a lot of time last week. She was making all sorts of different papers, wasn't she? She was using inks. She was using paint. You know, she really was making some amazing papers. So mine are quite basic. They're not as in-depth as Jamie's. Right, now this is the card in the back. As you can see, these are frames. Remember we had lots of frames with the little pictures? And these clusters are, that's some book paper. That's from a kit. There's another one in there from a kit. There's got some grey on that one. That's from a kit as well. You know, it doesn't matter where it comes. Any scraps can be used for clusters. And I've put them off corner so that it looks different. This was part of like a journaling card, and I cut it down. And one of the words, this number here, right, you will see them on my work now and again, comes from my little baby. Have you seen the size of it? I've actually got 2 of these. This one is continual numbers. It goes up 1 every time you use it. The other one is a date stamp. I just love having it around and adding it. Just see these numbers. That's me. I'm adding them with that. And then, right, because that's in the back of that one. Let's put that in first. Can you see this the orange in here? That's where I've put just a little bit of paper like that in the back, just so you can't see what the backing is. I don't think I can actually show you very well how that fits, but that's what it is. It's just a little tiny little slip of paper. There's no point in covering the whole lot because you can't see it. Now this little journaling card, that's the snail. There were so many fussy cuts, and I'd printed some off, so I wanted to use them up because there were so many. That's one of the frames again that we did. I love doing those frames. They were so fun. Like that. And that's a dragon. That's one of the fussy cuts. Janette and I love dragons. You know, Janette's in RDT. There's the camera there. And then popping underneath here. I can get my fingers in because it's on the side. Go that way. Yeah. I mean, these were wings. And I cut them in half so they fit on the cat properly. See, curiosity killed the cat. That was a bit funny. So you can go back in there. We've got the hot air balloon on this one. And that's that apple. And the mechanical fish. I thought it was rather fun. So there. I'm just going to check that you can see. Every now and again I'll check, because last time I kind of wandered down my desk. I think I was going to be sat in my lap. There's that fab. I absolutely love that cat. I think he's lovely. Another frame with a cluster, and that's a stamp with one of the old planes on. And you can see this is a factory here with all the smoke coming out of the factory, which fits in with Steampunk. And there's another number there. You'll be looking out for them now. This is the Maduri style in the middle. Let's just, as you can see, if I pull that out, that's your elastic. And the elastic holds all your pages in. And the pages are, are Amazon packaging, which I can prove they're Amazon packaging. Because if you look here, you've got a little bit of the smiley coming through. Can you see that little bit of the smiley? So, you know, it's Amazon packaging. You've got the stuff that they stick inside the box to stop your stuff moving around. And then you've got the paper bag packaging in here. And that's what I've made the pages with. So that's all rubbish being used as well. That's another thingy there. I like that frog. And then we've got another one right inside here. Oops. No, I have to turn it around. It's my fingers, they won't pull properly. Yeah. So in that one, we've got the apple and the beetle bug. It's amazing how quickly you can make something up like this. And it's a lovely wee gift that you can give away to somebody. You know, happy mail. There we are. And there's another one. As I say, none of the papers matched. It's bits from one and bits from another. And that's the whole fun of it, isn't it? No, you know, nobody knows that you've used loads and loads of bits of scrap on this. And there's the two in the back. Love the stamp there with the old-fashioned carriage type cars when they first came out from Mr. Ford. And there's our frog. So go have a go. It's great fun. Amy, my teeth back in again. Jamie has already put up a video of how to make a journal with the envelopes, and Zern is putting up her actual journal that she's made with envelopes into the groups, so you'll see the inspiration there. And it's basically the same principle that I've just shown you of how to put the pages together. It's just exactly the same as this. You just slot them together. And once they're slotted together, you've got them all together. You would put these actually a bit closer if you're going to be sewing them in. You'd actually put these closer. And you would trim this down. And then you just literally get however many pages you want. They can all be different sizes. They don't have to be the same size. You get as many different sizes as you want. You know, you could have a couple of this sort of size, you know, next. And then you could have some smaller ones or a bigger one. It doesn't matter. Once you've built them all up, that will be your journal. And they make fabulous journals. So I will put the link to all the videos. The Stash Buster videos, in case you've missed them. The envelope journal. And I'll put up the links to a couple of Zern's pages so you can see how amazing she has combined the Steampunk kit with an envelope journal. So that's lots and lots and lots for you to be getting on with. Get out there, experiment, have fun, get that junk out. If you've got tags and you're backing tags, go out there and get the bits of rubbish. You know, I'm not saying get the dirty pizza boxes that you get delivered to the house. But if you're doing frozen pizzas, when you take the frozen pizza out, those boxes are absolutely brilliant for backing tags. Any packaging, you know, if you've had, you know, tea bags, you can use the tea bag box. You know, I used to use, the cat used to like something called Licky Licks. And it was like a thick cream, but was like a fish flavoured or chicken flavoured. When he was old, and he used to absolutely love that. So I used to use those boxes to back my tags. You don't have to go and print another page to back your tags, or, you know, just have a look, be inventive. We really want to see your ideas for stash busting in the group. See what you like, where you would want to go, and inspire others. So thank you so much for being here today. I've really enjoyed doing this. It was just a brief idea to do this 2 days ago. I just thought, oh, I want to have a go at that after watching Zern post more of her videos. So this is kind of steampunk, but it's also got the golden hues in it today. So it's a bit of a mix and match. Oh, this pocket on the front, by the way, is the envelope cut up. Mine was a bit thinner, and I just literally put the divot in the top here, and that was from an envelope as well, which I forgot to say. So have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.